I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for accompanying me in the excitement of 2024. I'm so honored to be watched and to be learned by you guys. And hopefully whatever I put on the table can be digested well and bring you some nutrition to your brain, to your mind, to your motivation. And right now, as you guys can see in the title, I want to talk about how I survived 2024 excellently, successfully. I graduated from my Master of Science. I got a job before I graduated. I established my YouTube. Right now it's almost 1.4 subscribers. And I also established Grace Foundation Indonesia. This is a children and teens foundation. If you guys are curious about this, please check on that. It's on my bio on Instagram, so you can just visit. Maybe you want to be volunteer. That's up to you. And there's a couple of new things also that happening in 2024. So I want to share with you this practical things that makes me able to do all of this thing excellently and successfully. I just want to give you guys a clear fundamental things that even though I said successfully and excellently, it doesn't mean I didn't go through tears. I didn't go through sacrificial acts. I didn't go through all of this hardship, because I did. One exact example is my YouTube channel. It's not easy to keep up with consistency, to give you the best every week. Sometimes I know that I made mistakes, but again, I learn from my mistake and I make sure myself to improve. Even it's a little bit. I want to make sure myself to be always improved, always better. And it is a mistake if we want to put goal but just saying, oh, I want to be a better person, I want to be healthier, I want to be smarter. That's not a goal, and we will dig into that in a second. But realize that everything that is happening, there is a behind the scene that is not showing up in the camera. But I just want to be a bit vulnerable to you right now that creating a YouTube is not easy. But I make sure that I sit and stand in the right motivation, which is I want to be impactful to young generation there in Indonesia that wants to follow me to go to Canada, starting their career, starting from studying and then career and so on. So I want to be someone who can help and the support to give recommendations, sisterhood suggestions, and hopefully that will be come to you as a sweet smelling fuel that boosts you. So with that motivation in mind, whatever obstacle, whatever hardship, burdens, barriers that stand in the way, I can easily tackle, because I know I'm making YouTube first of all to help others. I will share to you 5 plus 2 pillars of life that you have to put goals in each pillars. Why? Because you can't do everything based on your feeling. That's not how successful people work. You have to set goal in order to be accountable at the end of the day, at the end of the year. Without goals, you can't compare the way you start and the way you end. So goal is very important. And goal need to be so exact, so clear, so tangible, right? Like put numbers. For example, let's go to the first pillar, health. I can separate health to physical health, like physical body, and self-care. And that's including me time, especially women. We need to take that space for ourselves, me time, mental and spiritual health, and just be with yourself. Just be present with you. Evaluate yourself. Self-care. Know the skincare that works on you. Know the body care that works on you. The hair care that works for you. And also physical body. I'll give you some example of the goal. You can go, for example, set a goal like, I want to go to fitness center once per week, minimum. Or I have to make juice every morning for 5 days in a week. Maybe I want to do a fast for a day. No meat, nothing, just fruits and vegetables. That's clear goal. And you have to set that in this beginning of the year. The second pillar, that will be education or self-development. If you are currently in institution, college, university, then you have to make goal out of it. For example, you want to graduate with this score in order for you to get to master or PhD program. That goal needs, for example, learning 2 hours per day from this time to this time. Or maybe require you to have a group discussion with some friends and just talking about these courses once more. And I also find out like self-development is also part of education, especially for someone like me. Maybe you're already graduated from your education. Then the goal would be do additional training, take courses that can boost your CV or resume. 1 year have 4 quarters, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. You can go to each quarter and make that goal. For example, I want to have 1 training per each quarter. So by the end of the year, you have 4 certificates. Check Coursera. That's a very great app. They have this free courses about business, management, finances, engineering even, science, that you can just look around and take that course or training and get certification. Third pillar will be related to career. If you are still in school, maybe this is not for you, but keep in mind that career is also a significant pillar. Set goal on it. For example, by the end of the year, I want to reach this position. I want to be able to train 1 person. Or I want to be involved in 3 projects. I want to become so reliable that if I'm not go to the office, people will depend on me. Something like that. Every person in every company or in every business have this different goal, but set it out. Set your business or your career goal. Fourth pillar will be spirituality. If you've been following me for a long time, you know that I'm a woman in faith. I believe in God, although I'm a geologist and scientist. Sometimes people ask me, how come you so good at science? You know about fossils, you know about this million and billion years ago, but also trust the Bible, the Word of God at the same. How you find correlation? There's a lot of contradictive between Bible and science. I find it wrong. It's a wrong statement, and maybe we can talk about that really sometime. But yeah, spirituality is a big deal. Define the goal in your spiritual walk with God, whether it's through fasting and praying. Because fasting without praying to me is just a hunger strike or a diet. The real fasting is fast and pray. And also, for example, I want to give to the church or to the people who needs. Set a clear goal. For example, I want to help 1 person per month. I want to inject financial support, this amount of money, to 3 people in this whole year. I want to make 1 people get to university and pay their tuition fee, pay their monthly expenses. Or, for example, I want to give this amount of money to foundation, to elderly. So you have to set this from now on. Also, the time you spend to read the word, you have to divide it. Minimum, for example, 30 minutes per day. Whether it's in the day or in the night, I have to read the word of God. And I want to finish Old Testament or New Testament in a year. Trust me, God will visit you and He will give wisdom, understanding, even creative idea. He will go with you and He will fight for you, because you already set this time with Him, a special time with your Father. He will also prioritize you. 5th pillar, financial. I know you will like it. This is a whole different thing, but in 2024 I didn't really put this focus on my financial. I mean, as my current mindset about financial, it's kind of different. In 2024 I only separate my financial into three points. Expenses, this including groceries, fuel, rent, right? Mortgage, if you have mortgage, and saving or investment, and business. That includes, my capital costs for my YouTube and everything. But now in 2025, I add 2 things: business and giving. Before, I kind of like put together expenses and giving, but I'm trying to split it now so I can see clearly the amount or the percentage to give, to expand, to this and to that. So this 5 thing maybe also works for you, but it worked for me well in this month, in the first month of 2025. So I'm excited to see my financial accountability by the end of the year. Right, remember I say 5 plus 2. This is the 2. The first one is relationship. You have to make goal for a relationship. Spend time with your family. Sometimes, or I could say most of the time, can give you peace of mind. It's just bring you back to this comfort, especially for me who is away from house. I feel like connecting with him, connecting with my dad, connecting with my mom, it's just bring me refreshment. Also with your partner, spend time with him or her. Make a goal where this relationship will end, in which month. For example, is there any plan for you to meet? Is there any plan like once a week, for example? This is our date time. You have to set it. Yes, you do. And also coaching and mentorship. Look for a consult. Look for a mentor. Look for a coach for you to grow, to become the person that you want to be, the person that God has ordained you to be. Relationship is very key. And the last one is recreational or hobby. 2024, I put a recreational goal for me to explore several cities that I want to visit. And I went. If you haven't checked out my vlog about Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto, and trying to see what the differences between these cities, please take a look. It's really good. And also hobby. Sometimes you need to know what is it that can bounce you back easily. Some people, sleeping may help them. Sleep more than 8 hours will help their brain. Then do it. Some people may be playing basketball. Then do it. Some people who loves music, they have to sing, they have to just engage with it, and then do it. And you have to set it, because you know that by doing this activity, it will really help your productivity in days after. You have to know that. You have to figure it out. What is that? You have to discover what is that first, then set goal out of it. And I will give you some tips and tricks. And this is not practical, but I believe this is very important. The first one will be, guys, make room for something new. Sometimes we already set a packed goal, a packed visions, where in the middle of the year, for example, something come up, you shock and everything will be ruined. No, don't be too packed. Don't be too occupied. Set some hours for you to relax, to settle in, make room for new things. That's the best way I can put, I guess. The second thing would be, if 1 year resolution or goal doesn't work for you, then do every 6 months. And that's what I did in 2024, and that works. Those 7 pillars in 6 months. And then maybe in the month of May, you can make the same thing another 6 months from July to December. That goal or resolution. Or if you want to be so particular, you can also separate it into 3 months per quarter. Quarter 1 goals, quarter 2 goals, quarter 3 goals, quarter 4 goals. That's a lot of works, but you can do it too. So don't be too bound in 1 year. That's what I'm trying to say. Another thing is, no progress is a progress. Failure is a progress. Why I say that? Because at least you know when it doesn't work. So you can move on to something that is more valuable, more important, more significant. Focus on something that's more valuable. And maybe last thing is, keep your accountability clean. Don't be scared to evaluate yourself. If it doesn't work, if it's make you so stressful, let's find out something else. So keep that accountability clean and talk to yourself. If you need partner, and I think this is very helpful too, find one person, a trustworthy person, that you can share your goals and keep their accountability. For example, you know your friend's goals and you help them to achieve those goals, and vice versa. You can make a call every week or every month and just make sure that this one is checklist, this one is still pending, this one is on progress. So you have someone that keep you accountable with your goals. So with that in mind, guys, I'm so grateful that you come by. If you haven't really watched my first single, worship single, titled How Great, please check it out too. And again, I really thank you for being a faithful subscribers. If you guys want to request any video, please comment below what video I can make, what video that can help you become a person that you want to be. Whether it's about education, about Canada, about immigration, self-development, whatever it is that you think I can answer, then ask me below. Please share this video to those who may